6 o'clock minute in the okay, it's over. I was like, bro, I was turning this video off, and then I put my phone on the desk, and then I was still I was still watching the video for a second, even after my alarm came, and I should have started recording straight away, but I kept watching for like another minute, and it's still 6 o'clock. All this happened at 6 o'clock. Okay. Where are we at? All right, so more friend functions. This time so the next section is going to be on friend member. And hold on, we have non-member, and then we have friend member, and then friend oh, that's what it is. So we're talking about friends here. We're talking about friend non-member functions, and then friend member functions, and then friend classes, because I think it's true that if I have a class and another class nested, the inside class doesn't have an implicit this pointer to the outside class. This is true, because we can instantiate the inner class without the outer class. For example, well, one proof of this is we could create a card class and instantiate it inside of a hand class, okay? But we could just create a hand card in main or in another function, whatever has a definition to the class, and boom, just leave it as is. We just have a card. Granted, card would probably be an enum, so it would really be like an enum card inside a class that is called hand inside a player. So a player has a hand. We can instantiate a player with a hand or just a hand itself. So if the hand was going to do something and use a member variable, or a data member rather, from the player, then we would have to actually pass the player to the hand, from which the hand will use the member selection operator and then access. So it's like owner class passes itself to the nested class, which can then use that information because it doesn't automatically get that information. But if we make it a friend class, then it can. And maybe it's the case that we only have a hand inside a player. We don't have any other hand stuff, so we don't need to worry about hand being used in another case where it shouldn't have access to the player. Friend or hand is only used in the case where it should have access to the player. Thus, make it a friend, while still decomplicating the definition by not including the friend inside the player's class. Okay, so where were we at? Multiple friends. Yeah, we can have multiple. So let's see, what's a good example? Well, I mean, you could just have two different functions, right? So you could have, I mean, there was a data storage example here where, yeah, I mean, you could have a class that stores information, and then another class, and then a non-member friend to initialize a buffer with that class, and then another non-member friend function to print that buffer out. So we have two non-member functions below this definition that are friends in the definition, giving them direct access so that we can pull info straight from the class into the buffer and then also act on the buffer. I don't know why the second one would really need to be a friend, because it would just be printing the buffer. It's probably not a great case. What's a good example? I'm picturing a gun class, and normally there's just like a shoot function, a shoot member function, and some basic stuff. But then maybe we have all the stuff that you do with the gun, and maybe shoot is one of those. But let's say that we have some non-member friend maintenance functions. So we have one function that's called unjam gun, and unjam gun maybe isn't a friend. However, unjam gun calls two non-member friend functions, two non-member functions that are friends of the gun class. One of them checks the mag well to make sure there's not a round lodged in there. And the other one, so one is check mag well, and another one is check chamber, we could say. And the point is that we have one function that is unjam gun. And maybe in a game, this would be each one of those would play an animation. So you would call unjam gun. What it's really doing is calling a non-member friend function to go into the gun using gun's information without having to be defined inside the gun definition. Looking in there, checking the magwell right here. And then the other to check the chamber. So we have two different ones like that. And we call it with one function. Let's just go ahead and make that. I'm gonna get IOStream because I want to print whenever we're checking the chamber. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, like, what's a... Sure, we could do this. I'm gonna store 2 standard strings and then get them with string view. Oh, or we could just do... Those are default initialized to be that. Let's just say that. Just a default constructor just because. Cool. Hold. Oh, the point is that it can access, but it still needs a reference. So we'll do a const gun reference gun. Const gun reference gun. It can access them directly, but only through a reference. It's gonna be bitching because they're not used. Actually, these are class types, so I don't think it cares. Yep. All right. Hello? Oh, oops. I'm trying not to use IntelliSense when possible. I mean, use it to inform my decisions so I don't have to remember everything, but type so I don't lose typing speed at all. Can't get that. Oh, we could do... Oh, and these could be, well, they aren't member functions, so I guess we can't even make them, we can't make them const, right? Hold. Oops, I put the semicolon after. That was stupid. Right? Yeah, it's not a member function, can't do it. Oh, what was the error? I'm curious. Invalid friend declaration. Yeah, because it doesn't see the body here. Yeah, it doesn't think that the const is able to be part of the definition, which it isn't. What's the issue here? Okay. I hate that it takes so long. Okay, and then we'll do AK47, or oops, AK47 dot set is jammed true. And then I could have void unjam gun. Oh, hold. Yeah, but if we do unjam gun, it needs to be a friend too, probably. Yeah, it does. Well, maybe not though. Maybe not actually. I guess not, because we're not accessing it here. We can just do this. All right, cool. Need bool alpha. And technically, okay, so it's jammed, gun is jammed. Then we can call AK, we can do unjam gun AK47. And now we can do checked and then, but these, we could actually say this. Oh, yeah, we could do that. All right, if gun dot is jammed, gun dot is jammed. These I don't want to be const anymore because they can actually change it. And same here, because unjammed gun is changing the gun, it can't be const anymore. Boom. So we say, okay, gun is jammed, and we could say, whatever. We could say, oh, here we go. We don't need bool alpha anymore. We could say, make this be a ternary. And we could say, oops, gun is jammed, or, oops, gun is not jammed. Okay, gun is jammed. We then called unjammed gun, so let's say, we could say, attempting to unjam gun. Okay. Gun is jammed. We're trying to unjam the gun. Check the chamber. Chamber was jammed, unjammed it. And then we could say... Oh, and these could return a bool. Maybe. Or a standard optional. It's probably a different way to say, just so these aren't both done. These could return standard optional bools to indicate whether they, if they were empty. Well, I guess standard optional is useless there. We may as well just return a bool. It's okay, I'll take it. Alright. So we can have multiple friends. Yes. Function. Oh shit, that's true. It's the other way around. It's that a function can be a friend of multiple classes. So we could have... Excuse me, so we could have a non-member function that's a friend of gun and player. Ah, yeah. And then it would take the player and the gun. Yeah, that makes sense. Class gun, let's do private, for cheap, well, maybe not, that's fine. We'll do... Okay. And then we could also have... I'll make the friend later. Class player. We can do the same thing. Easy enough. Honestly, this is the same code. I shouldn't have been looking there. And then we have a void shoot gun, takes a const gun reference, gun, and a well, I guess we'll do it this order. Const player reference, player, const gun reference, gun. Well, if it's accessing it directly, I guess it's not copying it, huh? Seems like it's okay. Yeah, because these are references to it, so we're just reading it out loud. Cool. I was worried about copying the standard string and wanting to store it as a standard string view, but then that would be stupid because then it's stored elsewhere. It'd just be a fucking shit show. So, we're going to do player dot... Oh, because it's not a friend yet. Makes sense. All right, now we're going to do friend void shoot gun, but it doesn't know the definition exists, so maybe this is an issue. Const player const gun. Oh, I guess not. I guess it's okay. So far, okay. Oops. You. Uh-oh, hold. Oh, true, because these need to be declarations, dumbass. Seems okay so far. Alright. Yep, now we can do that. What am I missing here with shoot gun being a friend void? Is there special syntax required? Need a fan. Oh, door? Wait. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure why that's not working. So what if we just deleted this, deleted player, deleted player. Oh, it does look like... It looks like it's only getting access to the more recent friends. I'm not sure how that works. Oh! So it was a class issue. Interesting. The issue is that class player didn't exist at the top. So... I'm surprised it doesn't give me a compiler issue. I guess friend needs to see it, that's the point. Okay. Okay. Should have read that, but... Cool. Right, so we can be a multi-friend. You just have to forward declare it. Noted. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, so far this been the case. For a type def to be used, the definition must actually exist before it's the use. But I'm surprised the compiler... So it seems like the compiler sees the whole thing. Maybe because friend is maybe recent? I don't know. I'm not sure why friend doesn't just capture this as is. Or the compiler doesn't go through the whole thing and then okay it. Surprised I need to say it, but whatever. Yeah, he needs to be a friend of this function. Same with here. Same thing as I just did. 3 things. 1, because it uses both, a member of either wouldn't really make much sense. A non-member is good. Because it's a friend of both, it can access both. And finally, note the for declaration of the class. And that's because tell the compiler about the identifier. I'm surprised though, because if we don't for declare something, normally the compiler will have an issue where it says, hey, you're calling this function and we haven't seen it yet. For example, bump, bump, bump. Wait, hold. Oh, well, in this case, it just doesn't even, it thinks that it's, well, alright. Identifier not found has an issue. Okay. Well, not true. I mean, that hasn't happened. It sounded like it was actually okay with it. Oh, or actually, I think that's not true. I don't think I was. Did I just not compile back then? I think that's actually. I think that's true. No issues up here, no issues here. This is only saying gun M name is inaccessible. Why is gun inaccessible? It should really be player that's inaccessible. Missing something for reference. Line 14 is an issue? Can't access private member declared in gun. Interesting, and it's because it hadn't seen the other class player. Weird. Makes sense. Yeah, if we wanted to keep a function in the class definition just because it needs to access the private data members, we may as well make it a non-member that's a friend. Or rather, a friend non-member. I'm getting fucking sleepy. Need new music. There it is. Okay. So we changed the implementation. Excuse me. I rename a private member. Well, we're gonna have to change the friends. Ooh, prefer to use the public. Okay. The whole point of the friend, though, I'm gonna It can access but doesn't need. It should prefer to use the class interface over direct access when possible. But isn't the whole point of making it wouldn't we just have a non-member function then? That's just used for it? I mean, what would be the benefit there? I mean, the only difference, the only one, is whether it's declared and made a friend inside the class definition, right? Okay. Prefer to use the interface. Interesting. Prefer non-friend to friend. I mean, it seems like it so far. God, Hiroyuki Sawano is amazing. The whole point here is to avoid cluttering and to make the data as hidden as possible. So that we have as few hands in the pot as needed. A minimum number. I'm guessing there's a print function that is literally accessing m accumulator or m whatever, m value in this case. If we change m value to be named something else, we're going to change that too. Yeah. If we name that, we rename that. One, we have to update the constructor because it's directly initializing the member variable. And we also have to update the value that it's accessing in the print function, the member. We're talking about just a public getter. Hold. A public getter and then a friend to use. I mean, we may as well just, why not just use the getter? Oh, the point is the print. Okay. So sure, if we're printing it, instead of having print via member function. Oh, I didn't realize that it was outside here. Actually, I was being a retard. Instead of being a friend function, or it's accessing it directly, but being outside the definition, we may as well just make it be outside the definition and add in a getter. That way we have to change print as the least amount possible. As little as possible. As infrequently as possible. It's 3 minutes already? Fuck. So much for the power of friendship. May as well just say, fuck friendship. Access is all the way, baby. Accessors. We can add it by doing .add, which is basically our setter. I'd rather just set value, honestly, but sure, we can do that. I like setting because we can set it equal to itself plus 5 instead of, well, but if we do .add and .add's public, then we can't even get the value. So I guess that's the point. But I'd rather just, oh wait, hold. No, yeah, we totally can. We could set it equal to the get plus 5. That way, we're still restricted. We don't have access to it. We're in the public here, yo. We're in the public. Yeah, I'd rather set it. That way we can fully zero it out. Because in this case, we cannot set it. But maybe we want to. Like, why are we only able to... Well, I guess the class is called accumulator. Maybe that makes the most sense. It accumulates. But if it was like player health, I'd want to be able to set it. And sure, I could add 5 to it. I just set it equal to get health plus 5. Boom. Man, Hiroyuki is the fucking string god. Need to get better at noticing when a class is done. Oh, meaning a non-member that's a friend that gets all the values, and then we can get the specific values from that instead of having a bunch of different accessors. Maybe I think that's a case-by-case thing you have to figure out. Okay, gotta respond to my aunt in a minute. Well, in a bit. I'll do it tomorrow. It's fine. I'll do it before bed. Okay. Friend classes and friend member functions. So does this mean my example earlier works? Let's set the phone to vibrate. Oh shit, here we go. Let me warm up for the push-ups real quick. It's good enough. Oh, it's a good moment right here. Oh, it's perfect. Fuck, I wish it started the other order. It's not the full OST, this is a shitty playlist. There it is, that's it. Oh, example. Probably useful for nested. Yeah, maybe. But I could see maybe they're not necessarily nested. You can still create them individually though. I'm not sure if nested even matters then. Well, the question is just whether one should ever be owned by the other. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Like maybe player and enemy should be friends, but you never put a player in an enemy or an enemy in a player. Wait. Oh. Well, why not? I guess friend here isn't a good idea. Alright, well, whatever. I have the idea. Alright. A friend class. Oh, and maybe a friend can't be nested. Can access the private and protected. Okay. Example. Oh! Gotcha. Okay, so we got a hand inside. And maybe we want the hand to be able to access the cards straight away. And to be able to access the private data members. And maybe we... And the hand has... three cards. Yeah, but what does it need from player, though? Oh, wait. Maybe nested actually can. Just gonna put it in private just because. Maybe it doesn't actually, it's just that we're in the class. I could still see making it a friend though. Oh, but here, well, hold on. So this is fine. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna be good, bro. Oh my, wait. Okay, I was actually pretty convinced in the beginning. Oh, fuck. Oh, Reviver, I'm gonna tear up, bro. It doesn't have a this, so nested classes have access, but not, they don't have a this pointer though. Okay. So there's no point in making a nested one a friend. It already has access. Okay, that makes sense. Which is why this isn't a nested example. No, I don't even want to listen to this right now. I'm gonna learn this on piano, and it's gonna lose its strength if I just listen to this thing on my own without getting into it. Okay. What am I doing? Alright. Protected and private members of another class, not the parent owning class. Not the owning class. Not the owning class. Not the owning class. Okay. Yeah, and that's the point. It doesn't have an implicit this pointer, but you can pass shit to its functions, and it can use them. Private members. Well, you can pass it, the object, class object, and then we can get the members of it. Get its members. Because the class is a friend. Makes sense. Makes sense. We could pass it. We could pass the character as a friend to an enemy via const reference, and the enemy could go towards the player by getting its location instead of having to copy the vector that is its location. Fuck! I messed my sleep up. I'm getting tired early. Need something crazy, and then I'm doing it. Nah. Excuse me. This is interesting. This is like a. Are these Koreans? Is this Korea? Yeah. Yup. Told you, motherfucker. She's still singing Japanese, but I knew that Korean language, brother. All right. Say some English. Well, some letters just different. Oh, good notes. This is great. Very good skill. All right. 6 apiece. Straight. Oh wait, no. 2 perfect form. Straighten hand in front. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Oh wait, I need to push from like a different spot. I think. Well, the problem is my hand hits. I need to just straighten it out, even with the hand behind. Yeah, it's better. Alright. That's it. That's fine for now. More later. I just need to get the form better. Alright. So, what's the actual meaning here? The meaning... We've created an object, excuse me. Created a display and it says false. We're displaying storage. Excuse me, and then we're saying display int first. Shouldn't that just be first int? Or is there an int and there's something else? So oh, gotcha. Display this first. In D, int first. Otherwise, if it's false, do the other one first. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, the float. Float first or not. In this case, float first, int first is false, so it's the float first. And then we set it. And the point here is that I can pass these. Display, we're setting information about display. And we're choosing the order in which we're printing the storage class. Okay. It's pretty good. All these are just random. Display, yeah, it doesn't get an implicit this. We still need a const reference, yeah. Well, I mean, at least a reference or a pointer to it. Yeah, friendship's not reciprocal, meaning that even though it can access, if B can access A, it doesn't mean A can access B. Gotcha. Makes sense. It's also not transitive, meaning that if, oh, A, B, and C, if A makes B a friend of it, and B makes C a friend of it, hold on. Yeah, if B is a, oh shit, yeah, that's interesting. So if B is a friend of A, or if A makes B a friend, and B makes C a friend, C is not necessarily a friend of A, yeah. So for example, if A is a friend of B, so B should be a friend of A in this case, because this is weird. This is, we're saying that A is a friend of B, and B is a friend of C, A is not a friend of C. Meaning that if B says that A is its friend, and C says that B is its friend, then A doesn't see C. But it should really be the opposite order. Because well, it's just the opposite order that you would expect. It doesn't matter, it's fine. It's probably an English thing. For advanced readers, hold on. Nor is friendship inherited. If class A makes a friend, class is derived from B and not friends of A. Okay, gotcha. Friendship is is not inherited, nor is it. So it's explicit basically. There's nothing implicit about it where something passes friendship to another. No, the explicit classes are friends of each other, and that's how it is. Oh, nice. Yeah. So if there's Class A and Class B is defined after Class A, we can use the friend declaration, which is a forward declaration of B, so we don't have to declare B and friend declare it and then go. We just do the forward, just do the friend declare. Yep. Friend member function. Instead of making an entire class, oh, we could friend this. Yep. We're friending display storage specifically so that the entire class doesn't have access. So that, like, if as the user, I'm using a plugin or something, and what's an example? Like, if the world makes a specific function a friend in a member function in another class a friend, gotcha, that's where member functions go. It's not a friend of the class itself because the class itself already has access. Oh shit, hold on. So we could have the world as a class. It's the whole world in the game. And we have a player, and the player has a specific function that is friended by world. So that one function can be used to act on world, and it can be called to do stuff with the world, like getting the time or something like that. World has time. Time is a private data member. World friends player get time, and then get world time, and then player get world time can be called and passed the world. Maybe the world is a global variable, so maybe it already has access, but it passes the world and gets its time. Okay. What are you saying? Example. Class world private int m time. Friend int get time. But it's really player get time. Class player void get time. Hold. Oh, but we're not friending the whole class, so I think we need to say... Really? Still not? Oh, well... The types were just wrong. Is incompatible with void. Oh, because this one's an int, and it's saying, hey, this one's... Let's see what the error actually is. Declaration is incompatible with the void one. Okay, why? Because it's int versus void. Int get time. World dot... Oops. World dot... Wait, hold. Hold. This guy's a friend. Hmm. Oh, it's because it's not a const data member. Oh, hold on. It's because it's not a const member function. Wait, right? Hold. Fuck, really? Still not? Well, you actually... I mean... I can't imagine that this part matters. No. I couldn't imagine that an access specifier mattered there. Oh, I thought... What am I doing? Oh, here it is. Ay, ay, ay. It needs the full declaration, the full... Oh, shit. Create a storage, say display false, so it's going to do the float first, and then we display, and then it's going to be, well, actually it doesn't even work. Here we go. So we do a for declaration. Yeah, that's what I tried. Then we have some variables, a constructor, the normal constructor. We're making this guy a friend. We're saying specifically what it is. The problem, though, is if we friend the whole class, then it friends everything in it. But if we friend a member function, or a non-member function, then it's fine. But if we're friending a member function, then it needs the whole definition of the class. Interesting. In order to make a single member function a friend, the compiler has to see the full definition. Wow. The pile of error where we try to make it a friend. Ay, ay, ay. See, that's what I was thinking. Either it requires you to put them in two separate files and include one before the other, or it requires you to move them around and organize it in a specific way. That's the same thing as saying, I mean, I guess it's not as bad. It's still annoying. I mean, it feels like I have a file and, oh no, you can't forward declared. You have to move the definitions around. Oh, bro, come on. So now if we put display first, then it'll see it. Okay. So now in this case, player needs to be defined before world, and then world.mTime works. What is happening? Oh, wait. Well, it's not a non-member. It's just, it's a friend. Hello? What are you bitching about? Why though? This is a friend. Hello? It's an int, get time const world reference world. Hello? Oh, now we get the same shit as before. Oh, fucking great. Okay, so now we have to, that makes sense. Class world. Still no? Still. Is it gonna say, oh, there's actually a real solution here? So now we put display first, but now it doesn't know what a storage is. Excuse me. Because now it's friending something it's seen the full definition of. This guy doesn't know, but I think forward declaring before didn't even require it though. We can't fix this one. Even the forward declaration though? So much for being, I mean, it's still a member, but it's defined outside now. Great. Okay, so we can do class world, but it's really a class player. Let's just start this way. Class world private int mTime. and it's making a friend of int player get time const world reference world. And player just has the public int get time const world reference world. Can't do it yet, so we move player first. Class world to forward declare this guy, and then we paste player. And now it's using world dot and time. But now there's an issue, and the issue is that I don't know. I honestly don't even know. So what's the fucking point here? So we could do int get int player get time const world reference world. World.m time. What the fuck are you saying? Really? So is this the answer the whole time? No. Use of undefined type world? I don't see what's happening yet. This uses it, so we need, and we moved it, it won't see storage. Makes sense. So we put, yeah, we can't then put storage first because then storage won't see the full definition, so it can't make a friend out of a member function for a class it hasn't seen the definition of. So the friended guy needs to be before. We add a forward declaration first so it can see a storage. And then we move display storage fully. After the full definition of storage. Oh. Oh my god. And the reason here is because this friending needs to see the whole class. World needs to exist first, but not really because world's already before. Fuck. Wait, world does exist before. What are you fucking bitching about? Oh, because this, oh my, world to friend, for world to friend a player's class, it needs to see the full definition of player. But for player to even define its member function that's being friended by world, it needs to see world first, so it needs a forward declaration. But then for the actual function to use world, world needs to be fully defined too. Oh my, this to this to this to this to this. Oh my god, I'm never using friend functions. This is just terrible. Oh my god. So now it looks like the guy who's being friended by the other, but with the other in front and with the function at the end of the whole thing. This is just terrible order. This is garbage, spaghetti, disgusting. Give me a red. Never use it. Boom. It is. Okay. And the point here is otherwise we just define the shit in a header file, define the shit in another header file. Hey, one sees the other, everybody sees everybody, and we're cool. Maybe? But then doesn't one still not see the other unless you include one and you can't do multiple inclusion? I don't know. Yeah, we have a class storage that is friending the display, so the display can access its double or float its floating point and integer value. Boom, boom. But it needs the function in order to have a reference to even get that object. It needs to see a for declaration, but then the function needs to see a full for both. Fuck. So the function needs to at least come after display because it's a member, but it also needs to come after storage because it's using storage. Oh my god. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, thank God. The full definition of display satisfies the full definition of storage satisfies the actual outside defined member function. Yep. Put each definition in a separate header. Oh, great. And that's because they're both defined somewhere, and then the function that's defined in a CPP file includes both, and they both see each other, but doesn't one need to see each other in the header file? I don't know. It seems kind of funk. I don't like this shit at all. Alright, there's a bunch of these. Okay, here we go. X, Y, and Z. Floating points. Okay, cool. A vector has a length and a direction. Hold. Yeah, somewhere. Okay. Okay. Well, the point is what we're just adding. So it'd be 2 plus 0 plus 0, nothing. But then, well, so, but the magnitudes, I'm not actually sure, honestly. I get my math back if I ever even had it. A vector can be applied to a point to move the point to a new position. So we add the vector's direction to the point's position. This is just like adding points. Are you sure, buddy? Are we? I guess a scalar is just the length. Or is this? This feels like a scalar, not, well, I mean. Well, the point is these get summed, right? I mean, are we straight just summing them? Hmm. Yeah, I need examples of this. I'm going retard mode right now. We have a vector and a point. We're saying begin this. Move by vector and print. Oh. I mean, I guess we're just summing them, right? And so the point is we're just saying this plus equals v dot x. Oh, almost. Plus equals plus equals. Okay. I hate copying. Whatever, it's fine. Right, let's do it. What are we making here? Making point 3D a friend class of vector 3D. Okay. For now. Nope. I mean, if we're doing a friend, it should still be accessing these guys privately. At least is the best practice, apparently. So we can print a point, hold. Make point a friend class of vector. Whatever, it's just shitty programming here. I mean, are we just gonna say I mean, apparently we're supposed to do a public interface, right? Or we could make one. I mean, if the class is going to be a friend, the class is going to be a friend. I mean, it's just going to complicate things. I mean, right? I mean, this part worked. And it was easy enough. It can already access it. All we do is make the class a friend. Is there anything we don't need now? Does that help anything? I mean, the point is that it would have. Point is that it would have had to use public access public getters. But now it doesn't. I mean, right? Vector, we have 3 doubles. We have the constructor to initialize the 3 things. I don't like this. This is just fucking annoying. It's just an extra line. Why? And then we can print the guy. Cool. We make this guy a friend class. This guy is 3 as well. It's basically just the same shit. We just add them together. All right. And then, excuse me, we add a member wise. Cool. Constructor, print. I mean, it seems like this is fine. Print 3Ds moved by vector. Or point 3Ds moved by vector. Okay. Now what? Instead of making it a friend, oh, make the function a friend. Okay. Oh, fuck you. Okay. Instead, we're gonna make a friend void move by vector. Maybe, well, sure. I mean, we don't need this now. Const vector 3D reference v. And then this guy needs to be defined at the end. And this is for point 3D. And then point 3D is the friend that needs to be up here, but it needs to know what the hell a vector is. Hold. Bro, are you a fucking retard? Oh, oops, hold, sorry. Wait. Wake up! Okay. Same shit works. It's just that for this guy to make point 3D's member function a friend, point 3D, oh my, point 3D needs to be defined before it. And I guess it's the entire definition is needed for reasons. So that it can see that the class is indeed a part of point 3D, but then point 3D needs to know what a vector 3D is, but then to access the actual members of either doing anything, point 3D needs to see both of them. Okay, alright, we'll continue in a bit. That's 2, and then different header files to make it actually good. Oh, nice, Shiva. Thanks, Shiva. Alright. Step 3. Okay. Uh-oh.